Here with Vince Brown following a 20-19 heartbreaking loss to Methodist Saturday afternoon. Coach, it was a tale of two halves. Methodist did everything they wanted to do in the first half, forced turnovers, but you guys responded in the second half, forced some turnovers, scored 19 points, had a chance to win. Just give us your thoughts on how you saw the game play out.
Well, Walker, hard one to swallow, but if you love football, that was football, at its best. Tell the two halves. We came out, I felt like we came out flat. I felt like our legs wasn't under us. And I told the guys before the game, I said, you guys either are extremely focused or you guys need to wake up. And I knew, being that Methodist looking for their first win, they were going to come out fighting, swinging, and that's exactly what they did. And so they came out, and then we helped them. We turned the ball over maybe 4 or 5 times. Defense couldn't get off the field in the first half. And so we went into halftime. We made the adjustments. We challenged our guys, and we came out swinging.
Let's talk about that second half, especially. Well, let's start with the offense. Turned the ball over 3 times in the first half. Came back, no turnovers, 3 touchdowns from Kendall Hunt. Wide receivers made plays. Just talk about what you saw from the offense after that halftime adjustments.
I was definitely impressed with Kendall. The way he stepped up. He's starting to trust and understand the philosophy. It's not always going to be the home run footballs. Sometimes you got to just take the check downs, take what the defense gives you. And as a quarterback, you have to learn that patience and be ready for that moment. As you see, we got the playmakers. When they get the ball in their hand, they can be explosive. He got to know that offensive line felt like stepped up, made their checks, and we were able to run the ball and move the ball and got our offense going. And, man, those guys fought their tails off.
Defensively, you mentioned couldn't get off the field on 3rd down in the first half, but turned around, forced a number of 3 and outs, got a blocked field goal, a couple turnovers. Just talk about the defensive mindset change after halftime.
Well, in the first half, you said it exactly. We couldn't hit 12. 12 was a big boy. You got to wrap that kid up, and we knew that going into the game. Second half, we made those adjustments, minor adjustments, and then we went out and we played build the football. We were able to do what we need to do, get off the field, and completely shut the offense down in the second half and get our offense more opportunities to get into the end zone.
Biggest key in the game was the self-inflicted wounds, it felt like. First half, the 3 turnovers. Second half, some untimely penalties and not executing on special teams. Just talk about how your guys get that fixed going into next week's game against South Georgia.
And I think that's one of the biggest things we have to address as having a young team. Some of these guys, they love the game of football, but the mental is not there. And as coaches, we got to do the best we can to lead these guys into becoming young men and understanding that you're going to have ebbs and flows. You can't lose your composure. You can't make a big play for us, help the team, and then slam your helmet down and cost us. That was huge because we got backed up on the PAT, and they end up blocking the PAT, which in turn we needed those points. Every point is critical. Every inch of yard is critical. And so that's the part of the game where we're learning. We have to understand, but just, some personal fouls, some their way and some I know the refs will go back and look at that shouldn't have been called, but we need to fix those things moving into next week, and we definitely can't have that when we're in conference play.
And next week, South Georgia Institute comes to town, Hall of Fame Day. Let's talk about how you guys respond, looking to bounce back and go to 2-3 on the year on a weekend where you get to honor your strength coach, Herb Fields.
Well, I think in a tough one like this, being on the road, we wanted to go for the win. It didn't work in our favor. We didn't execute. Tough call, 50-50 call here or there, but we got to live with the result. That's football. Next week, I love football. We get to move on, and that's the great part about it. We know that South Georgia is going to come into town. They're going to be looking for a win. We got to be prepared. We got to put this behind us and move forward. Next week is going to be special for us because it's Hall of Fame weekend, and we got one of our own, Coach Herbert Fields, going into the Hall of Fame. And Coach Fields means the world to our program, to all of our athletic programs. He's involved. He's been here. He's put his time in as a player. He's put his work in as a coach. He's the type of man that'll give you the shirt off his back. I couldn't be more thankful and blessed to have Coach Fields a part of our staff, and we're going to honor him the right way next week.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Walker.